My Christmas Prince is okay, but it didn't get off to a great start. This was released in 2017. It's directed by Sam Irvin and it stars Alexis Knapp as Samantha and Callum Alexander as Prince Alexander. And Samantha is dating Alexander, but she doesn't know that he's a prince. And she learns that he's a prince quite early on in the film. And it's all about her coming to terms with this and them not being sure what their life is going to look like, partly because the prince's parents want him to marry somebody specific, not this, as it were, local girl commoner. And obviously, that's not what he wants. He wants to be with her, wants to be with Samantha. And Samantha still wants to be with him, but she's not sure if she can fit in with his life now that she knows he's a prince. And it's interesting enough. What makes this different, to the film's credit, is that most stories, most Christmas rom-coms about a girl who meets a prince involve her knowing he's a prince and then slowly developing that relationship. Because this one starts with them already in a relationship, it's kind of in reverse. And I think credit where it's due, they did something a little bit different. And once the ball got rolling, it was actually quite refreshing and almost the reverse of the kind of films that we normally get that deal with a girl and a prince. And let's face it, it usually is a girl and a prince rather than a guy and a princess. So credit where it's due, as I said, it did that well. But for the first maybe 15 minutes, I was really confused because the way the characters are introduced, the way the story is set up, is really terrible. To the point where I thought, is this a sequel? Should I already know things about these characters? Should I already have some understanding about what's going on? I googled it, it doesn't appear to be a sequel, and after the first 15 minutes or so, basically once she realised he was a prince, things made a lot more sense. But the beginning was just diabolical, it was terrible. I was so confused about what was going on. But once it got going, it was interesting and it's a little bit different. The characters are very likable, both Samantha and Prince Alexander. I think they're both very, very easy to get on with. Neither of them did anything that irritated me. I think their responses to the situation was very believable, and ultimately, it wasn't a bad narrative after we got over the initial hurdle. And as I said, I like the fact that it was kind of in reverse compared to the usual Christmas film where the girl knows he's a prince and then develops feelings for him. This one was the complete opposite, and it was a nice change of pace. It's also very festive. We have a lot of beautiful Christmas decorations and things, so there's a decent amount of Christmas in it. The characters are all really likable, and the narrative's quite refreshing. The only thing I didn't like was the beginning. And as I said, it felt like it was a sequel. It took a long time for me to really grasp what on earth was going on. But once we got there, it was actually pretty decent. So it's not perfect, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit different to the usual royalty at Christmas film, then My Christmas Prince is one that I'd say is probably worth checking out.